Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is GRWM, and in this video I'm just going to be doing a chit chat get rid of me. I'm not going anywhere. I didn't have a specific I need to do this makeup look and make it look like this or anything like that. I just basically kind of did what I do every day and added a few things just to play around with a bit more makeup and all that. So if you guys want to just hear what my life has been about, a life update, where I've been, what I've been doing, what's been going on, like how I've been feeling and all these things, then carry on watching. Okay, so let's start off. I'm going to clip my hair back. My mirror is like here, so hopefully that's not weird. I don't know, maybe I should move to the center. Yeah, it's somewhere in the center ish. If you guys are wondering, this hair is from AliExpress. No, what's it? AliPearl, which is on AliExpress. It's literally the wig that I dyed black and all that. So the frontal closure ends here. So further than that, we're good. Okay, firstly, excuse my congestion, I guess. I've been sick for over a week now, and it's like really annoying because I've been wanting to record a video for so long, and I'm just like, you know what, I'm gonna soldier through it. Okay, so as you guys know, I haven't been wearing a lot of makeup, like I haven't been wearing foundation and all that. So I wear a lot of concealer, but as you can also see, my forehead is just progressively getting worse. I will admit that I pick my pimples, which makes it worse. Don't do that. And you know, I found out last night when I was watching this beauty video that if you pick your pimples, it actually spreads. Like you pop it and then the bacteria spreads, and then that's why you get more pimples. So I guess that's what happened when I started popping them. Before that I was leaving them, but then they were still like growing and So the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to kind of update you guys on everything that's happened in a story time sort of format, and I feel like it will answer all the things that you guys wanted to know. So you guys, I asked you to just, you know, send me topics that you want me to touch on this life update and all that, and you guys pretty much asked for the same thing. So mental health, school, what else, just work, school dynamics, and then a lot of relationship ones, friendships, and yeah, just those things. So, you know, gonna talk about what's been going on for the past like 4 months, I think 4 or 5 months, and that should cover all of that. So where we left off, my skin has already been prepped. I have on moisturizer, oils, all of that, you know, so that's why it's looking like the way it is. I'm going to start off with some primer. I'm not going to do a foundation face, but I am going to use a bit of foundation for my forehead because I'm at that point where I'm like, I don't know what else to cover it with. Like I use concealer every day, but I just feel like it's not enough coverage. So I'm using this Adobe Pro Prep primer, and I really like this one. I just feel like it makes your skin look super smooth. And it's so inexpensive, which is amazing. LA Gold is just winning, basically. Most of it's going on my forehead and then just all around my face. So basically the last time we left off, actually like me telling you guys what's going on in my life, was when I went to the hospital the second time, or well, when I went to the ER like twice in one day and all that. And then I had my birthday, I went to Cape Town, and I came back. I also touched on this topic like in a vlog. I came back from Cape Town. I was still booked off of school just in case because I wasn't meant to be flying in the first place, but because it was my birthday, the doctor like kind of let me go. There's a lot of like spots, like you see these, I popped them, they look so horrible. A lot of, but we'll get to why my skin is also like, anyway. So I've got an array of concealers here. So we've got the Adobe Pro Prep Pro Conceal concealers, and we have them in medium beige, toffee, and this last one is beautiful bronze. So this I'm actually going to just use for like a form of contouring, bronzing, whatever, because I really like this whole natural skin, glowy, kind of oily look. So I try to not use a lot of powders. These ones I'm going to use when it comes to like actually concealing. This one's going to be highlighting underneath my eyes. This one is going to be concealing as well. This is what I use on an everyday basis for underneath my eyes. It just really matches my skin. So this is the Revlon Color Stay Concealer in the color Foncé, Deep Foncé, yes. So I'm going to use that. I'm using that under my eyes. Just you guys will see what product I'm using, and then I'm going to go in with this All About Matte foundation from Essence, which is in the color 50 Matte Caramel. A little bit on my forehead. That's what we're doing while I'm speaking. So a lot of my brushes and things are like here, so I need to like figure out what I'm using where. Anyway, so I got back. I was still booked off for like a week, and I just realized I haven't done my eyebrows, which I was meant to do before. Anyway, I was booked off for a week, and then so at this point I have missed the first week of school. So this is like a multi-layered story. It kind of covers the school and it covers the mental health and all of that. I've missed a week of school, and when I got back to Joburg, I actually realized that I didn't have my hard drive, because I got to Cape Town and I just vlogged like the first day that I was there, and then I stopped vlogging, and then my sister did the takeover. So I just kind of paused everything YouTube. When I got back to Joburg, I realized that I didn't have my hard drive. So this is a big component, because it really informed a lot of things that happened. So my hard drive had a couple of videos that I had shot after being in hospital. So when my mom was still here, I had shot videos like the clothing haul and all that stuff, like the sit down videos. And I put everything on my hard drive because I realized that I wasn't going to have enough memory while I was vlogging, because I was vlogging quite a bit in that time that I was like recovering and all that. So I realized that I didn't have a hard drive, and I called my parents. I'm like, can you guys please look for it in the house, like my sister, everyone. And everyone looked, and it was just nowhere to be found. This is where things kind of took a turn, I guess, for me mentally, because then I started stressing. My hard drive also contains my schoolwork and a lot of things. I actually had a lot of things. I mean, some less important than others. Like I had the Beachella concert on there. I'm not even sure if I have it on my laptop. As you can tell, I'm not too touched about that because Homecoming came out. I had like all the seasons of Scandal, which, to be quite honest, I used to watch Scandal as a coping mechanism for everything that's going on in my life. So that one kind of touched me. But then it was like, also I recorded all these videos and I promised, and I was like, yeah, guys, gonna get a clothing haul and all that, because that was the biggest one that everyone wanted at the time. And now I don't have the actual footage. So like, it really just started to affect me, and I was just like, I can't do this, and it was stressing me. But I soldiered on, and eventually I had to go back to school. So I went back to school on a Thursday, and I was just like, okay, I can do this. I wasn't excited because the semester before I had so many issues at school, like with the people, just with dealing with being back at school, the depression, the anxiety. I really relapsed when it came to like my mental health when I got back to school. I was very much in denial, because it's like the first month into school I was realizing that I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here with these people. These people are not making me feel good. I'm really hating this. By the way, I'm letting it sit. I'm probably going to do my brows. This is usually when I do my brows anyway, when like the concealer's sitting, so it can just dry down a little bit more and not move once I start to blend it out. But I was really just like, but I was really just declining. Like my mental health was really going downhill, and then eventually I kind of like stopped going to school basically. And I had to go back to see a doctor. I went back on my antidepressants and anxiety meds that I hadn't been on for a year. So when I started working in 2018, I literally stopped all my meds. And I know people say don't do that, but I honestly felt like I didn't need them, and I didn't. For the whole of 2018, I was fine, even when, you know, things popped off, and you'd think things like that would take a toll on my mental health, which they kind of did, but it wasn't to the point that I felt like I need my antidepressants again. But going back to school, I was like, I'm not coping. Like, I need to get back onto my meds and all of that. So that first day going back, I was very scared. Okay, so I just brushed my eyebrows. I'm going to use, you can't even see it anymore, but the Julienne pomade, brow pomade, and I believe that this is a dark brown. This is what the brand name looks like. I've done a video on it, like reviewing the product. So it's just that I've been using this so much and like sweating and taking it off, and it really wiped off. I'm going to be using that, and then I'm also going to be using this Essence eyeliner pen, which is in brown, to just create like more defined hair strokes in the front. I really like that. And yeah. So the first day of school, I was like anxious about it, and it kind of really stressed me out. I was worried that I was going to be put in a group with similar people from the last semester, and basically the way the honors is set up, you kind of work in your group the whole semester, especially in the first one. The second one not so much, but you know, you gotta work with the people, and if the people treat you like shit, you feel like, why am I swearing? If the people treat you badly, you feel like you're not good enough and all these things. And with me, it's like I already had this sort of, is everyone judging me from undergrad, like how I used to just have my depression episodes and not come to school? Are people still, you know, judging that? Because I did mention in the how my 2017 really went that there was a girl who literally said, how come she passed and I didn't? And you know, and people being aware of that, like I'm not attending the way everyone else is. So it just scared me to be in the same room as people that I was in undergrad in, because I felt like they'd probably judge me off of undergrad and stuff like that. And in first semester, I feel like that definitely was the case. And yeah, so I was scared that that was going to happen again, starting the new semester. So I was very anxious the first day, but the first day actually went relatively well. I had a completely new group of people that, you know, came from like other schools and other places in the country that I really never spoken to at school anyway. So it wasn't bad. I got home and I was like chilled, you know, whatever, having my hub, and then I was like, okay, let me go to sleep. And usually at that point what I was doing was having tea and rusks before bed so I can take my meds and, you know, just go to sleep. So I have my hub and I'm going to make some tea. I feel a little dizzy, but I'm like, okay, maybe I'm lightheaded from the hub. I just need to leave that alone. I make the tea and then I go to pour water to take my meds, and if I'm going to be really graphic and honest, I started banging my head on the kitchen sink, and I'm not sure why. Like it was almost like I was in a trance or something like that. But yeah, I started banging my head against the kitchen sink. I don't even know when I put the glass. I don't even know if I picked up the glass, honestly. And then I was like, as I was hitting the head, like my head, it wasn't just my head wasn't falling. Like I was physically going to bang it in. And after I stopped eventually, I was just like, okay, why did I do that? And I went to pick up my tea to like take my meds, and I don't know what happened. I just basically woke up on the ground with the tea spilt all over me, like the hot tea, because I just poured it. With the tea spilt all over me, the cup broken and a bowl broken, like just laying on the ground. I didn't know how I got there or anything like that. And to cut the long story short, I ended up in hospital again. And when I got to the hospital, like my dad was like, what's going on? Are you stressed? Like, are you stressed about the hard drive? And you know, all these things. And to be quite honest, it was like something that was at the back of my mind a lot. Because I just felt like I'm so tired of the whole, I need to actually get moving. I'm so tired of the whole, like, I leave YouTube, I come back, I go through things, I come back, you know, like I have to keep coming back. It irks me. So especially when then I'm gonna first blend this out and then I'm gonna do the hair strokes in front. So especially when I like, this is a damp sponge by the way, especially when I like say, oh, I'm gonna do this kind of video and then it doesn't happen and all that, it annoys me. It makes me feel kind of embarrassed and all that. I'm very much one of those people that's like, what is the world thinking, right? Kind of, in a sense. I don't know, like to a certain extent. Like I don't think it's the world. I think it's like the people I trust. I'm like, the people I trust and the people that, you know, I let into my life. Like, what are they thinking? What's going on? All that. So I feel like with YouTube, you guys are the people that I trust and I let into my life, you know. So I don't want to let you down. I don't like disappointing people and things like that. So my dad was like saying that and I was like, yeah, like it is a stressor, but I don't know. At that point we didn't really know what was going on. They tested my blood to see maybe if like the hub was laced or something, which it couldn't have been because it's mine. It's always been at my house and all that. And then they said, so they called my doctor, my pulmonologist. He's the one that's been working with my lungs because of the blood clots in my lungs. And he was just like, no, let's admit her, because this wasn't the first time that I actually went to the ER for basically fainting or falling for some reason and whatnot. So he was just like, no, let's just, you know, monitor her and see what's going on. So he came in and then he was like, I need to see a neurologist to see what's going on. This sounds like a seizure more than anything. So I saw a neurologist. I was obviously booked into the hospital, so I stayed in the hospital for almost a week, I think, again. But basically, and then they hooked me up to like, you know, and they like hook up your brain and everything, like for 24 hours to see what's going on. They did that with me and all that. They didn't find any activity really, but then my neurologist, I say my neurologist because like I do see him often now, he basically just said he thinks it's a psychogenic seizure. So because I was on the antidepressants and blood thinners and all that, felt like my blood pressure threshold was lowered, and then, you know, that allows for seizures. But more than anything, he felt like it was because my depression had gone on for too long, or it's been going on for too long in my life, that my body basically kind of caved and the seizures are a result. So then he diagnosed me with psychogenic seizures. So those of you who do have like depression, or are depressed or have been depressed for a very long time, I would definitely suggest looking up what psychogenic seizures are, so that you know, so that you don't fall possible victim to them. Because with me, I would have never guessed that my having depression for so long would have caused me to have seizures. So yeah, so basically that's what happened. And I'm just going to put on more concealer. So I just did the foundation. I'm going to put on more concealer because these two are so alive. They are alive. So yeah, so I would just suggest looking into that. But yeah, then he was like, I need to see a psychiatrist for all of this. Which is like, okay, cool. I went back to school and I was booked off of school for 2 weeks because they didn't want to risk of maybe I'm driving and then I have another seizure and all that stuff. Also, they changed my meds. So at this point, we are about 7 months into the year and I have changed or started taking meds or changed whatever added meds 3 times at this point. So also note, at this point I've missed school for 4 or 5 weeks. I get back to school after missing it for about 4 weeks, whatever, and the first thing my design convener, so we take 3 majors or 3 subjects, 3 courses a semester in honors, and the first thing, so the biggest one is design. That's like the big one. That's like, you know, that determines your feet. Like it's design. Architecture is about design. You get what I'm, okay, yeah. So the first thing he says to me is like, I'm going to try and reenact the conversation because there's no need to have the whole conversation again, but you know, whatever. So I go up to him and I'm like, hi, how are you? Mind you, the people that really need to know where I was, that like it would have affected when I was in hospital, was my group, and I messaged them the following day that I was in hospital and whatnot. Anyway, so I'm like, hi, how are you? And then he's just like, better than you. And I was just like, okay. And I was like, I just wanted to let you know that I was in hospital and I was sick, whatnot. Then he was like, yeah, but how are you gonna catch up this, like, with all the work? How are you gonna catch up with the semester? You left your group, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I spoke to my group, like, you know. He's like, yeah, but you didn't hand in the group work. And I'm like, I was in hospital. Like, I feel like that's a valid excuse. Like, maybe I don't know, but to me, I'm like, if I was in hospital, like, why are you dogging me out? Like, this is not a, I just checked into rehab because I decided that, you know, I don't know, like, I don't even have, like, an example that's, like, you'd miss school and it's not valid enough for you to miss school health-wise, you know what I mean? So it really, like, broke me down in a sense, and from there onwards, I felt like he's judging me. Also, this is the same lecturer who, back in my 3rd year, he decided that he's just going to exclude me before he even checks, because I got a deferred exam, but he excluded me even though I got it, and I feel like he just didn't care, honestly. Do I feel like he's racist? Definitely. He's like a Buddha or something, I don't know. But that's not the point of this video. But I feel like he is. I feel like he has, like, he doesn't give a shit. Like, it's like, when it comes to, like, you know, students of color, particularly black students, I'm not talking about the other colors, he just seems to be like, it's your fault. Deal with it. You know what I mean? That's just the vibes that I get from him, especially from what he's done. And then at the end of the year, he forgot to put in my June exam marks into the system, and then I failed because he first tried to exclude me even though I had a deferred exam, and then does the exam but doesn't put my marks in, and then it says that I failed. So I just feel like he doesn't give the same energy to everyone, because when, like, the other students, when they have, you know, things going on, they have sick notes and whatnot, he sees them, he finds them, like, they're just ready for him. But then he's very shaky, man. He's just shaky. Ugh. Anyway, if he sees this, you can't see what I'm doing underneath the camera because I'm trying to keep this PG-13, but, like, I really don't like this man. Like, he just irks me. Anyway, so back at school, to then round up everything, basically every submission, so we have submissions of, like, we do one project and then we submit in parts to see how far you are with your design and all that stuff. So with every submission that I did with him, it was a reminder of, you missed the first 4 weeks of school. Yeah, but what about those first 4 weeks of school? Yeah, the first 4 weeks. And it was really getting annoying because it's like, what did you want me to do? Like, what did you want me to do? I remember the one review, he just kept going on about these first 4 weeks, and then I missed a couple weeks after that. And it wasn't that I missed a couple weeks, like, I'd come to studio, but when I see him, I'd literally leave and I'd go work in the library. And he was just like, yeah, you don't show up enough and whatnot. And then I told him, I was like, the reason I don't want to be in studio when you're here is because of you. Because the first thing he said to me when I got back was, how am I going to catch up? I should just leave. I should just deregister. And he was just like, you can't blame things on me, da, da. And, like, we had a face-off, and this man is, like, way taller than me and is bigger and, you know, and all these things. And I just had to stand there and stand my ground. And I ended up crying in the middle of a review because I was just like, why am I being, like, constantly reminded of the fact that I was sick, basically. And that's just what my school journey ended up being, a reminder of that I was sick, I missed time, I can't catch up, and me feeling like shit, and then just not going to school because I was just, like, super depressed and all these things. And it got to the point where, so I had to then also keep going to my doctors to get checked up, so see the neurologist, see the pulmonologist, see the psychiatrist. It got to the point that my psychiatrist, she changed my meds 3 times after they changed my meds when I was in the hospital. So that means in a space of 2 months, my meds have changed 3 times. And she went from seeing me every, like, 6 weeks to I see her now every 3 weeks. That's how bad my mental health has declined. But talking about that, speaking about my psychiatrist, she also diagnosed me with complex PTSD. She diagnosed, yeah, she basically said I have complex PTSD, which explains why my depression has been going on for so long, basically since childhood. And she explained to me, because I used to go to a psychologist when I was in third year in 2017, and I stopped going to a psychologist because she said something to the liking of your personality, or the person that you are, is the reason you meet people who treat you the way they do. So people who hurt me and, you know, put me down and all these things and abuse me and whatnot. And my psychiatrist now, she basically said that no, everything that I've been through has affected me. So from the bullying at school, which, you know, like a lot of people are just like, oh, everyone gets bullied at school, you grow out of it and whatever. That stuff actually does play such a big role in your mental health and the person that you become. So she said, like, the bullying, all of that, and she said it all, like, affected me. And now, because I have complex PTSD, I basically deal with people and things in a psychopathic way. And psychopathic in the sense that I push people away further than is necessary, and that is because I don't trust anyone. So I then isolate myself to try and make sure that I'm safe from the world, which makes sense. So yeah, so now I'm taking much stronger antidepressants and anxiety medication than before to try and deal with this. I also have to go to a psychologist, which I haven't booked that yet. Not really feeling it, but you know, I guess I will at some point. But yeah, I definitely have to do that. So my mental health is in the pits, is really what I'm saying here. That's basically the conclusion. I can't believe I spent so much time on just my face. So my mental health is in the pits. That's the conclusion. But I guess I need to deal with it. I think from talking to the psychologist, I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do next. Oh, finish off eyebrows. I guess from speaking to the psychiatrist, not psychologist, speaking to the psychiatrist, I'm more aware of how I'm dealing with things and people and life and things. I guess. I think. I'm not saying I'm better, I'm just saying I'm more aware. There's like a difference. But yeah, I'm more aware of how I'm doing stuff and whatnot, and how things affect me, and whether or not they should really affect me. So when my pharmacist first gave me these meds, like when I changed them to the new ones that I'm taking right now, he called them like the happy pill or something. Apparently people who are on them are like super happy all the time. So I guess it makes sense maybe why I just... Or maybe my personality has died. Oh gosh. Next thing you guys asked about was relationships. I suppose this question has come up because of my particular Instagram story or day on Instagram, which is like, great, I did that to myself. I want to just clean up underneath the brow a little bit, and I'm going to use the toffee color in the Adobe Pro Concealer. I like these for underneath my brow because they're really like thick and stuff, but I don't want to highlight underneath my brow too much, just clean it up. So this one particular day I went shopping on a Sunday, and I went to Pick n Pay, and I happened to meet this person, you know, and well, not meet, I saw this person. And because I was in the midst of snapping my grocery shopping, as I usually do, I also posted about like this person and how, oh my gosh, she's so hot and like my life is changing. Okay, I was really dramatic, I'm not gonna lie, I was like super dramatic. You guys, if you watched that Instagram story, you know how dramatic I was. Anyway, it was a fun day, and we met, and people have been asking like what's going on. We met, we spoke, it didn't work out. That's literally like all it is. There's nothing more to the story. So I figure that most people are asking what's my relationship status because they're hoping I'm going to be like, oh, we met, it was magical, now we're having 5 babies and getting married in December. That's not happening. But yeah, you know, cool person, I guess. I don't know. Okay, this is all good. But everyone's asking, am I single? Yes, I am single. Am I ready to mingle? No. I'm single but not ready to mingle. Why is that? Lots of different reasons, you know, just lots of different reasons. I don't want to talk about this, guys. I'm just single. Honestly, in all honesty, if I were to probably get into a relationship again, I would probably take a good 2 years to tell you guys, or maybe not at all. I remember the one time I posted, the next time you guys will find out if I am in a relationship is when I get engaged. So maybe then I'll tell you guys. But yeah, so I'm single, not really mingling anyway. I don't know, it just hasn't piqued my interest, you know. That's what it is. What else can I say about this? This is becoming really awkward. This is like if your mom asks you, do you have a boyfriend, and be honest with me, it's just like flipping awkward. Like it's just really awkward for me. Like, what? I don't know what y'all want me to say. Yeah. Anyway, what else did you guys want to talk about? Other thing that you guys were asking about pertaining to relationships was about friendships. Like, what I don't know if you guys are asking like what are my friendships like or something. My friendships with Chit. I just want to fold these brows in a little bit because they look a little cornery. I want them to look a little rounder. So friendship wise, I still have my friends. I don't know, like, I don't understand this question, to be quite honest. My friends haven't changed. I don't really change friends. I'm just that friend that like contacts you like after 10 years though, which goes back to the psychologist saying that I deal with things in a psychopathic, pushing away everyone way. But they haven't, like, a lot of my friends have kind of understood that this is what I do, and they let me be, and then every so often they'll be like, hey, you want to go out? And then I'll say yes, or we chill, and then that's that. Like, most people in my life that are close to me understand. Most people know what I've gone through, so they understand, and then they like deal accordingly. And a lot of people that I decide to be friends with, I guess, have that kind of mentality of just because we're not speaking doesn't mean we're not friends. So that is that. So my friends are still the same, which again, this question is a bit weird. Like, why would friendships change? I feel like that's the one thing that doesn't change too often. Friendships. I mean, I've had some shitty friends do some terrible things, but you know, those are things that happened like last year and they don't need to be spoken about. And then people are asking about like for advice, I guess, on how to get over someone. I can't give advice on that. I'm not gonna I'm not the person to give you advice on how to get over anyone, because it's not one of my specialties. It's not a forte of mine. It's not something I do very often. Okay, that sounds weird. That sounds like I've never gotten over any of my exes. I have, but what I'm saying is like, it takes me a while. It takes me a while to stop speaking to them, I guess. It takes me a while, so I'm not the person to ask this because I don't have any advice. But I think, I hate when people like, find your own space, be single, do that. And it's like, no, Becky, I am a hopeless romantic. This is what I love. This is the kind of things that give me joy. Being with someone, being messy, all of that. Those are the things that make my blood pump. Chocolate, I don't know. So yeah, I can't really give guys advice on that. But what I can say with me is that I just had to learn that it's life and all that. Oh, I see people are also asking me where have I been. I feel like that kind of what the story that I just told or what has been happening kind of, you know, summarizes that, because I've just been depressed, going to the doctors like every other week, which has been like really taxing emotionally. Like every time I come back from the doctor's office, I just feel so drained, because it's like, this is what my life has come to me, basically, just going from this hospital to the next to see this doctor, to have to update them on my life. You know how emotionally taxing it is to have to tell someone, no, I'm okay, no, I'm eating, yes, I'm waking up every day, no, I have not been in pain again, no, no, I've not had another seizure. Like, yeah, I did feel woozy the one day. Does this mean I'm dying now? You know, it's actually like super emotionally taxing. And every time I go to the doctor, I just not want to speak to or anything with anyone for like the rest of the week almost. So that part is like, ugh. Gonna use this Maybelline Master Strobing Stick in the color 200 Medium Nude Glow to highlight. So I just use a damp. So I have this rose water that I bought at like this random pharmacy for 50 rand. Yep. And I just like, that's what I wet my Beauty Blender and everything with. And I basically kind of use it as like setting spray slash making me glowy spray at the end. But yeah, so where I've been is basically trying to deal with myself, my life, just everything feeling like it's kind of coming at me, and it's just trying to suck my oxygen out of me, literally. Also, like, seeing the psychologist is the worst because you have to really talk about your emotions. Have you been suicidal lately? Have you thought of dying in any way? What do you really want? And it's like, you're gonna say what you really want in the psychiatrist's office, but you know once you step out, it's not gonna be a reality. Like the one time I said, I just really want to be on a beach somewhere, like not worrying about anything, not doing anything, not caring about anything. And that's exactly where it stayed. It's like, that's it. Reality is, I don't have the money to go to like some beach. Like, I want to go to Bali. I don't have the money to go to Bali. And by some beach, I don't mean like Cape Town. Obviously, I'm going to go to Cape Town. It's like this beach. But I mean like a secluded place where I don't feel stressed and I don't feel obligated to be fulfilling certain things, you know. And it was like, this is a thought wish that's going to end right here. Okay, so I'm going to be using, as always, the Makeup Revolution palette, the Sof X like Club, I think it is. I don't know which colors I'm using. These are the colors in it. So I don't know which colors I'm going to use. Really just gonna go in. So then the other thing was staying in a relationship that is wrong for you in any way. I feel like if you can identify that there's something wrong in the relationship, then that's enough reason for you to like skedaddle out of there. If you feel like, if you are able to see that, you know what, this is the problem, then you already kind of subconsciously know what you need to do next. Because if something is a problem, your brain automatically knows that you either need to fix it or leave it. So if you're able to feel like, because this is happening, should I leave it? You probably already know that you should leave. You know, that's that on that. And then the other thing was dating in your 20s, which, like, for me personally, I would have loved to have been the person that meets the love of their life in like high school, and then you just never break up. That is what I would have personally liked. Is it the plan that the universe had for me? Obviously not, because I'm not married. Like, I would have dated, if I had like a high school sweetheart, I would have dated them, and then by this age I would probably be married with like kids. But that's just not the life that happened. So I feel like dating in your 20s is really not my cup of tea, but we are doing it. It is also very difficult. Like, if we're gonna have an honest conversation about it, it's difficult because it's like, at this point, if you are dating males, and you are entering into a heterosexual relationship, it's kind of like males want to have things figured out, you know, especially when it comes to someone like me, where males feel like I've got my shit together and they feel like I'm already established as to where I'm going in life. I'm not just a student who's still trying to figure it out. I have a degree and I have a car and I have all this and that. I feel like males want to also be on that level of being established and knowing where they're going and all that. So then it's difficult because it's like you then are kind of pushed into a box to date only guys that have their things together, that have money, that have jobs, that, you know, have their own apartment, have their own car, and all these things, which I really hate. Like, for me, dating is fully about love. Everything else, in my opinion, like, leave it at the door, please. Like, I'm not that type of person that's like, oh, if you can't be gifting me this and that, you know, you're not on my level. Or if you can't be above like what my dad is able to give me, then you're not on my level. Like, for me, it's, how is this relationship functioning? Are we loving each other? Do you make me happy? And that's my biggest thing. I feel like in our 20s we're dating to like set up our lives. We're kind of like, I'm trying to marry someone who's, you know, got it together or has potential to get it together and have money, and we can build this kind of house, the kids will be fed this and that. And I get that, that's okay, that's normal. I mean, you're not good, I'm hoping your ambitions are not to get married or not know what to feed your kids once you have them, because that's just wrong for the kids. So it's good to think about things like that, but I also feel like we don't chase happiness enough. And I feel like that is also because of just like the world standards of like, oh, vacations, and my boyfriend bought me a car, or I don't know, what do boyfriends buy? You know, like all these things that like are very much external factors that are great if you find and date someone who can give them to you, but they're not necessary. They're not what is going to have you waking up happy every day. Oh, I guess if you like money. Okay. I guess, okay, yeah, you know, if money is your driving thing, they'll probably make you happy, but you get what I mean. Like, someone asked me this question whether like, would you rather have all the money in the world but not do what you love, or be poor and get to do what you love? And I chose to do what I love and be poor. And like, people were shocked by that, and I mean, I'm not surprised. People really think I'm like the super rich person. I'm not getting to that chat, but for me, and some people have picked up on this, they're like, you're such a hopeless romantic. Like, I've seen through your videos, and you know, I'm a Cancerian, which Cancerians are like the loving and being in love and all that peak for us, whether it makes us look stupid or not. Peak, that's us peaking. Like, love, us Cancerians, yeah. Anyway, so but for me, honestly, that is the biggest thing. That's what I feel like needs to be your biggest aim, especially when you are dating in your 20s. When you date for the wrong reasons, you'll find the wrong people. These are just facts. These are just, I'm just stating facts. If you date for the wrong reasons, you'll find the wrong people. Then you'll end up even more unhappy with your life, yourself, and all that than you need to be. So that's that on that. So I'm going to use this Essence Long Lasting Eye Pencil in the color 1, which is black. It's black. I'm just going to like tight line and then also line at the top. Well, I'm doing it the opposite way, but you get what I mean. So yeah, people want to also know, oh my gosh, I just messed up. What? Am I okay? I'm not okay. You want to know like what my future plans are? To be quite honest now, I don't know. I didn't know what my future plans were 2 months ago, 6 months ago. I didn't really have any future plans, and I was doing that to myself because I get so hacked when the things that I want to achieve, I can't achieve them, and then like I'm hard on myself and all of that. So I just didn't want to have any expectations for next year, so that if I end up doing nothing or do something or whatever, I'm not feeling like, oh my gosh, this was meant to happen, or this was the thing that was meant to happen and it didn't. So that is why I'm going to use the black in here. So just to update you guys, the colors that I actually ended up using were, I started with this color, and then I went in with this dark brown, and then I used a mixture of this and this for the lid, and then just blended all three together. That's what happened there. So I'm just going to use the black to kind of smoke out this. Okay, so the only thing that's left now is for me to basically like spritz my face with the rose water. Also, I haven't put on lashes in so long. I'm surprised it took me less than like 5 minutes to put on the lashes. And then also I like to use a damp sponge just to pat that in to make sure that, you know, it doesn't start leaving little droplets of water everywhere. So the last thing that I was asked was, what is the future of the YouTube channel? And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I have moments where I'm like, you know what, I'm not consistent enough, I'm not good enough, I need to just quit, I need to stop, I need to like give it up. But then it's also like, as I was reminded yesterday, is that I love making videos and I love making content, and it's just something that like is such a natural outlet for me and makes me feel so much better without me even trying, that it's very difficult to even really let go of it. Like I'll be like, I should stop, but then I'll think of like 10 video ideas. Like now, excited to announce, actually I don't know if I'm allowed to announce it yet because yeah, but my sister, well, she wanted to do this and I had to like think about it, but we are doing Vlogmas this year and we're gonna do it like one video goes on my channel, then the next day it's her channel, then my channel, like that. So I'm excited for that. Like I've chosen to do Vlogmas, which last year I didn't do because I was like, I don't want to be overwhelmed with it again, but then it's like I want to do it because I enjoy the idea of Vlogmas and that's why I did it the first time. So I'm excited about that. And there's a whole bunch of things. I mean, the videos that you guys asked for and I said I'm doing, and then I just fall back into my depression and my bed for like 72 hours. Like the what do I eat in a day. Now I've even gone shopping, as you guys saw in my last vlog, so my haul will be like completely different and stuff like that. I do want to do all those videos, that's the content I want to be creating. It's just a matter of, I'm hoping my mental health can allow me, and I'm hoping I can like be above it to be able to do all the videos that I want to do and be as productive as I want to be. Obviously my YouTube channel is not going anywhere, I guess. Even if I stopped, I mean, I'd leave the content there. But yeah, so to do lips, we're going to be using a combo of Essence products. So this is the Essence Soft Contouring Lip Liner in number 2 Nude Painting. And then this has been my love, basically. Lip gloss from Essence is a lip plumping nude, and the color is not written on here. But yeah, it's the nude one. I have the pink one, but then the glass broke, so I can't really use it much anymore. And then I forgot to actually do my bottom lashes, so I'm just gonna also use the Essence or As On Me Multi Effect Mascara. And this is the finished look. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Also comment down below if there's anything that you related to that I said, or if there's anything that you feel the opposite of that I said, you know, all that. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on your post notifications as well. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed sitting down and talking to me and us having a whole chat and all that, because I did. I have just missed doing this. I haven't done a chit chat with me in so long, and this was really fun to do. It just was refreshing, and I mean, after watching the video, you know that I needed something good and refreshing in my life. So I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys with all my heart, and I'll see you in the next one.